also wanted to just take this time to thank all those who have served for their country. So, with that, sit back, relax, and let's get started. Number 1. Veterans Day was originally called Armistice Day because it marked the 1-year anniversary of the temporary cessation of hostilities between the Allied nations and Germany during World War I. That armistice went into effect at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. Number 2. In 1926, Congress passed a resolution to make Veterans Day an annual occurrence, but it didn't become a federal holiday until 1938. Number 3. In 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower changed the name from Armistice Day to Veterans Day so it would honor all veterans rather than commemorate the end of a single war. Number 4. Officially, Veterans Day is always November 11th, but holiday office closures may shift when Veterans Day lands on a weekend. If November 11th is a Sunday, businesses may observe the holiday the following day. If it lands on a Saturday, businesses might close on Friday instead. Number 5. Here's one of those obscure Veterans Day facts you can use to impress your friends. In 1968, Congress passed the Uniform Holidays Act. recognized holiday. Number 9. President Ronald Reagan designated July 16th, 1983, a one-time commemoration known as National Atomic Veterans Day. It honored atomic veterans, or American military service members, who participated in nuclear tests between 1945 and 1962, served with United States military forces in or around Hiroshima and Nagasaki through mid-1946, or were held as prisoners of war in or near Hiroshima or Nagasaki, according to the White House. Number 10. President Joe Biden brought back National Atomic Veterans Day on July 16th, 2021. And in December of that year, he signed legislation into law, making it an annual commemoration of atomic veterans service. Number 11. Since 1954, the Veterans Day National Committee has overseen executive planning for the annual holiday. Members meet in Washington, D.C. 3 times a year to prepare for Veterans Day. Number 12. At first, the administrator of Veterans Affairs was chair of the committee, but in 1989, when Veterans Affairs became a cabinet department, the responsibility fell to the renamed Secretary of Veterans Affairs. The current chairman is Secretary of Veterans Affairs Dennis McDonough. Number 13. No, Veterans Day without the apostrophe is not a grammatical error. According to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, the holiday doesn't belong to veterans, in which case it would be Veterans Day with an apostrophe, but is a day for honoring all veterans. Number 14. When it became clear that the holiday should commemorate more than the end of World War I, some people, including Francis armistice was signed. Number 16. During the Veterans Day commemoration at Arlington National Cemetery, guards lay a wreath on the tomb of the unknown soldier, and veterans organizations hold a parade of colors. The ceremony is free and open to the public. Attendees are encouraged to arrive at least an hour early. Number 17. Several other countries also mark the end of World War I on November 11th. Canada, Australia, France, and Belgium call it Remembrance Day. Number 18. The United Kingdom and other Commonwealth countries observe Remembrance Sunday on the second Sunday of November. It's customary to observe 2 minutes of silence to honor people who died in war, a tradition that originated in South Africa before the end of World War I. Number 19. March 13th is National K9 Veterans Day, which honors American military and working dogs throughout history. Number 20. To mark Veterans Day 2021, a group of Democratic lawmakers revived a previous legislative attempt to compensate surviving spouses and living descendants of Black World War II veterans whose benefits through the GI Bill were not equal to their white counterparts. Number 20. Though some schools close on Veterans Day, there is no standard rule for all educational institutions in the country. Local school boards make that determination for public schools, while officials at private schools, colleges, and universities decide whether to hold classes on November 11th. Number 21. On Veterans Day in 2020, the Smithsonian National Museum of the American Indian in Washington, D.C., unveiled the National Native American Veterans Memorial. Number 22. Veterans Day honors all American troops who served honorably, regardless of whether they did so during war or peacetime. Number 23. Although the nation honors deceased members of the armed forces on Veterans Day, the government created the holiday to honor and thank living veterans. Number 24. So, how many veterans are there in the United States right now? According to data from the York City Veterans Day Parade, which takes place along Fifth Avenue, is both the largest and oldest Veterans Day parade in the country. The first one was held in 1919. Number 27. Although the poppy is a symbol of Memorial Day, the American Legion Auxiliary distributes red grape paper poppies on Veterans Day as well. And number 28. The first celebration referred to as Veterans Day was held in Birmingham, Alabama on November 11th, 1947. A World War II veteran named Raymond Weeks, a native of the city, organized the event, which included a parade and other festivities. So that is all for today. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful night, and I will see you next